You know I feel a vibe, you feel a vibe, so if you ride it on.
Welcome. Happy Valentine's Day. I know it's been a while since I've done a live or popped on a video, so I'm just trying to, touch base, share the love, because it's all about love and Valentine's Day today. And I'm my Valentine today because I love me the most. And I'm sure I can love me more than anybody else in the world. So I think it's pretty cool when you can love yourself. So I didn't invite other people today, which I normally do, but hell, I'm on here and let's have some channeling fun. I think today I'm just going to let people talk about and ask me random questions about love. Maybe the love that they currently have, love that they're currently seeking, or love. Hi, Alexis. How are you, beautiful? So good to see you. AJ, my bad. I still be jacking that up. So yeah, we sharing the love today, Soul Sister. So I figured I'd do this live today to just kind of, tap into where people are. Bear with me. I'm just going to send this down. Tap into where people are, see what they need in terms of love, our questions. Today I'm actually wearing my mom's necklace. Maybe you can see it. So it says love, and people who know me see I tend to wear these key necklaces. My mom had bought us, my sisters and I, each these necklaces, and they have like love, peace, joy, hope, and dream, I think is one of the other things on there. But yeah, so cheers to my mom for just giving me life, and I'm grateful for her, and I love all of you. And so yeah, we're just going to do fun channeling today. Spread unconditional love for ourselves, love for others. And for those few people who hopped on here, feel free to tell me in the comments how you showed yourself some self-love today and how you maybe shared some love with someone else today. For me, I did a salt bath and a sea salt scrub. My skin's all buttery smooth and stuff. Ooh. Yes, my darling son of mine. Oh, bear with me. Canito, what's up? I'm on a live. You have to take the dogs with you. That's why I locked them out. Here. Huh? Yeah, your tablet is up here, but remember we weren't doing tablet time? We were doing TV time. Yeah, come on, I'm on a live, so you gotta let me do what I gotta do. All right, take the dogs. Take the dogs. Go. No, go. Yes. Take the dogs. Take the dogs. See how my son loves me so much today? He's causing a disturbance. Anyways, I love you. Please go and take the dogs. Thank you so much. God, no. Didn't you just get to watch the TV? Yeah, you did. What? All right, I love you. Go. Come on. What? Yeah. Hey, Tammy. How are you, darling? Take the dogs now. Take them. Rosie, Mom. Go. Go, Molly. Go. Go, Mom. Go. And lock them out of the office, too, so they don't come and sit by the door. Thank you. Hey, Mel. How are you doing? Yes, we're all talking about love. How are you loving yourself? And then I'm just here to answer some fun questions about love, do some fun divine channeling, what have you. So, yes. Hey, Maria. How are you doing? I miss y'all. So we might as well answer Tammy's question. A little depressed today, first year single on many Valentine's Day. Well, thank you for bringing that up, Tammy. I think many of us go through those weird emotions on Valentine's Day, whether you're newly single, whether, it's your first time not being in a relationship, or, you're just maybe searching for love or just haven't found love. So it's perfectly normal and understandable to feel that ounce of sadness. And it's good to give yourself permission to feel that as well. And also then to really know that it's an opportunity for you to work on self-love. Self-love is the biggest gift you can give yourself, like literally unconditionally. Like every day, what is one thing you can do that's nice for yourself? What is one thing nice that you can say for yourself? Like, oh, I like my hair today, or oh, my nails look amazing, or oh, what have you. And those tiny little things, I think they help get many of us through it. I'm sure, many people were waiting for a message or a text, from someone wishing you happy Valentine's Day, or maybe it didn't come through, and those can be disheartening, right? Um, and and then it's always remembering that if you love yourself and you work on loving yourself unconditionally, that love that you so seek, it's already waiting for you. It's already waiting for you. It's going to show up. So I'm glad that you're here with me today. And I've been personally like an emotional roller coaster today. Happy, a little sad, a little happy, a little angry, a happy, a little annoyed. So yeah. Hey girl, happy Valentine's to you too. So let's answer your question. What can you tell me about my love life in this new year? So Tammy's love life. This is a great question. And so, for those of you who've never seen me channel before, sometimes I just channel with my eyes open. Sometimes I channel with my eyes closed. Sometimes it'll just be like I'm talking and that'll still be me channeling. So it happens differently. And I think it's just the different sources that I tap into in the way that it works. So we're sharing the Valentine's Day love. And if you want to share this live with other people, maybe they want to hop on and ask a question, feel free to do that. They may need this love session today too. And I needed just to connect with all of you because my love is endless and unconditional. So I wanted to share it with all of you. And I also feel loved when you are here as well. So, what can I tell you about your love life this year? So fun. Tammy's love life. So, Spirit did say you're going to experience a new adventure in the springtime. It will be, bear with me, I'm just, something with tulips, maybe around Mother's Day. The image of like Albany Central Park, or it's not Central, Washington Park in Albany popped up. So it's possible you could meet someone there, or you will go there with someone. It feels very fresh and new, like not necessarily a person that you've known for a long time. But definitely the tulips are present. It feels warm but not hot. And they have green eyes, but they're green. They're kind of like hazel that turns between green and brown. Hi, Mel. Let's see. And a blue flannel shirt. A very deep, baseful laugh, like a. I can't even. Like a very deep, deep laugh for that person who's coming to see you that you will meet. Um, and you do have the potential for meeting three other people, because this is really your time for you to explore you and for you to explore the flip side of loneliness, right? Which is peace. Those days that often we feel lonely, the flip side of that is you actually have peace in your life. And because when it's foreign, it may feel a little strange or distant. But so I would tell you, those three others, they're waiting in the cusp, but their access to you is dependent on the work that you do on you, if that makes sense, right? Um, yeah, I hope that resonates with you. So I don't know what you do for work, but the person you meet could be distantly connected to your work. That will be the spring, like around Mother's Day. And a letter Y and the letter James comes in here. So I would tell you to just jot all that down, right? And put that package together. But tell me, how is your self love journey going in the comments, Tammy? And if any of that resonates with you. Um, Also, avoid any partners that have heavy substance issues. They're not good for you. You're too sensitive for that, and you tend to take on their stuff, um, almost like a backpack, and it anchors you more than you need to. So I would tell you, just that would be your avoidance. Some good self love, some good self care. Yeah, I hope that helps you. And Mel, does Spirit have anything to say to me? Well, that's a great question. Do you have a more specific question, or you just want to know in general? Hey, Dee Dee, happy Valentine's for all my awesome people. Valentining it up. I hope all of you had an amazing Valentine's Day. Shut up, stupid. I was looking at my other phone. Bear with me 1 second that I need to send back to Sprint. But Bitcoin's going bananas. Just general. Mel just wants to lay the land. Well, since we're talking about love, and light, and well, definitely use more moon water in your bath time. That will help you cleanse a lot of things that you don't want, and that don't feel like love. That'll also help ease your intensity, um, for the intuitive experiences that you have, right? And it's okay for you to ask for what you want. And this is the year to not tolerate any bullshit. Don't tolerate any bullshit, not from partner, not from anyone else, right? This is your year of boundaries, I guess would be the best word. Boundaries. You need good boundaries, because your intuitive gifts are very, very powerful, and they could be used for a lot of goodness. But if you're not feeling centered and you're not feeling love or peace or joy, then that impacts everybody around you. It's kind of like flipping back and forth from that anger to love and peace, right? You want to have a little bit more balance, that you meet it in the middle, and that will begin to kind of create a more balanced experience every day in your life. Jumping off the roller coaster. Does that resonate? Does that make sense? And Tammy said, slowly put myself out there, scared the dating scene, all new to me. Thanks, I've been talking to a man for several months now, but not from here. Good. Yeah, I didn't get the sense of that, Tammy, if that person is your person who you're going to go on a date with in the spring. So I don't have that answer. I pretty much only speak with what comes, so, but it'll be interesting to see where that goes. And I'm glad that you're putting yourself first. And yes, this dating scene is crazy, coming from who a woman is single and was in a long-term relationship, it is very interesting to say the least. And then it's like you think about it or you overthink about it, and then you just try to have fun, and then yeah, it's an adventure. And it is an adventure, and you got to look at it like there's nothing to fear. There's just opportunity and fun. That's it. Opportunity and fun. And Maria said, it is crazy. Yeah. I appreciate you, Tammy. Appreciate you. And I definitely appreciate you all sharing this. So if anybody else needs some love, then you can let them, chime in and ask a question. And I so appreciate you. Mandy. So I'm starting to wonder if I'm meant to be single in this lifetime. Do you see me having a fella that's a keeper this year? I had to ask about my love life since it's Valentine's Day. Yes, this is all about love. And I love these questions. Because we get to kind of focus in on the heart space. I think for many of us, we function in our head space when it comes to looking for love, right? And I think everybody always tells you, you got to love yourself first before anybody else can love you. We always hear that, but we never really trust and believe it. But it's true, it's fundamental. Because what's going to happen is when you love yourself, that you are going to have a mirroring effect. The people who show up in your life are going to be mirroring back where you are. And that's what happens all the time. So Tammy, for you, even that's the same thing. The more you work on self-love, the people who show up are going to be a better reflection. Mandy, the same thing for you. And I know, because I know you personally from Mastermind and Geo and all these other fun things. I would just say that you're doing so much work on your confidence and your self love that it's so cool that you actually get to experience a new kind of love with yourself that you've never had. And I think that's your starting point in your starting journey. No, you are not meant to be alone and single in this lifetime. But in order for you to have someone who is sustainable and who's ready for you and who deserves you, then you're going to need to continue this path of self-love and confidence, because you want to be celebrated and not just tolerated. And I could see where, given the wrong relationship, you could experience a lot of gaslighting. You could experience, hi, Melissa. You could experience a lot of gaslighting. You could experience a lot of narcissistic behavior from your partner, and that will just further take you down a rabbit hole that you don't want or need to go. So I have no doubt that love is on horizon for you, but the love that you seek is coming from within you first. And then that person is going to show up. And start dating yourself. You might set the tone and put that out there energetically to add, like you're going to kind of like you're sending the energy out so it comes back. You're magnetized for the things that you want. So take yourself on those kind of dates. You know what I mean? And then those kind of dates and those kind of opportunities and experiences will show up, and you deserve true love. You deserve passion. You deserve gentleness. You deserve joy. And you need someone who's very grounded. You need that grounding energy to support you. So I would definitely look for a very grounded individual. Black hair, olive skin, brown eyes, great lips, very nice looking person. Definitely has interest in you. They could be like Greek or Mediterranean or Italian. but they don't know if you're interested in them. Hmm. Melissa Schaefer, where he at? That is the question, darling. Well, let's see where Mandy's is coming in. And maybe that's yours too. It's funny how it works. Because sometimes messages will come and it'll be one person will ask the question and then the other ones it'll pop in for them. Yeah. And yours, Mandy, feels more like they wear a suit on occasion. Um, Tammy's felt more like does work with their hands or builds things like that. What about you, Melissa Schaefer? She said, I like that. Yes. Um, it's so funny how they pop in like that. And Missy Schaefer, where he at? Gets whole glass of water. Girl, you got to be on this self-love journey too. Learning to love yourself, right? And heal a lot of that childhood trauma. You know, your dad, even in spirit, you know, he always pops in when y'all are on here. Yeah, no, he not in the streets. You got to send that one back to the streets. And then, no one, leave them in the streets. Those are just for adventure and entertainment. They not partner material. But they may be a good adventure, but not partner material. But yeah, and your self-love journey, yeah, your dad is always watching. To me, bye. Yes, bye. So yeah, I'm saying like for you, you already know your love is waiting for you, but you live in a isolated box. No one can penetrate that box right now because you still have those entanglements and you're not willing to set yourself fully free. And your dad always, it's funny because he has like a part of him that feels bad that he broke you both in ways that it just it wasn't his fault. It just he couldn't heal that, you know? And he's sorry for that. Like he feels genuinely bad. And um it's funny because it's got me like a little emotional for a second. So yes, he feels genuinely bad about that. But he loves you and he knows that your love is waiting for you. Um, but right now you've just been replaying the same cycles and you do what's comfortable and what's safe because that's what you know because you never felt safe. So the more you heal that and work on feeling safe and knowing that you deserve that kind of love, you're going to be good because you deserve someone who is gentle with you. Hey, Kate, how are you? You deserve someone who's gentle with you, who's loving with you, who's passionate with you, who's wants to just take long walks and give you a bubble bath and watch movies and get a glass of wine or go wine tasting. Um, and your dad doesn't want you to feel like you don't deserve that. I think what spirit, and even not just your dad, but other high vibrational beings are trying to say is that because you're still just living in this resonance of brokenness. Um, and when you stop resonating at that level and you level up, all of those good things are coming to you. They're here, they're already waiting for you, you know? But you have to be open to receive it. And right now, even if a guy came and swooped you off your feet, you look for all of the ways that maybe in your mind you think that you're not enough or you would break them apart in pieces that wouldn't be supportive, right? So the good thing is that you are on a healing journey. You are working on self-love. You are working on putting yourself first. And you don't have to have all these things perfect or right to get and attract the love that you want. You just have to be willing and intentional every single night to be like, I'm healing. I'm going to release this ancestral, this intergenerational trauma, right? I am manifesting the love of my life because I deserve to be loved. And you have a dude who's waiting for you who has a bald head, who has this bright smile. Like, he has beautiful teeth. Bright smile. His eyes are like almonds. He's not too skinny, but he's not too big. He's a little taller than you. He's got big feet. So fucking stupid. Oh my gosh. See, only these channeling sessions can have jokes up here, have me emotional, have me happy. Like, what is going on here today? I knew we were meant to be here today, but um, yeah, he's he's solid. He feels like a good teddy bear. I know, I'm blushing. So ridiculous. Oh my gosh. So yeah, hey Corey, hey Beth. And you know what they say about big feet, right? That's what I was saying. I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy right now. You just talking about big feet, what they working with, like good lord. Oh man. I am so ridiculous. Oh man, that's so funny. Oh shoot. Oh man. Do I already know the guy with dark hair? Mandy asked. Yes. Yeah. You do know the guy. He just doesn't know if you like him. You've known him for a while, actually. So, oh wait, I just want to make. I'm just going back. Melissa. Oh, and Maria. So, Melissa, Missy. I hope that helps you. You might as well stay on, see if other things come for you. Because who knows? Is it possibly working on yourself and find someone too? Maria, sis, that is a great freaking question. And hell yes. Hell yes. To find love doesn't mean you have to be perfect. I think it's the balance of the inner work you want to reflect as the mirror who's showing up into your life, right? So sometimes your beautiful, both of your imperfections will come together and make beautiful music. Other times, those imperfections, those childhood traumas, then they're just toxic, right? I've had those experiences and I don't know why they keep showing up in my life, but it's just toxic and not good. So it's like you have to work on healing. And as long as you're a work in progress, that's all that matters. You don't have to have anything right. You don't have to have anything perfect. We all are born exactly how we were meant to be, right? Exactly how we were meant to be. So I'm just saying, like, put yourself out there and then, make notes of the things that you want to heal, the things that you want to work on, and how are you going to work on that? That is the question. What are you doing to heal yourself? Whether if you're doing energy work, you're doing Reiki, you're doing, just praying, self healings, sound therapy, meditation, moving meditations. You're just practicing joy and laughter every day. Anything that you're doing to help you feel better and to work on loving yourself unconditionally. When you love yourself wholeheartedly, everything else is going to get better. Everything else. It's funny because there's I have it's like smoke kind of. There'll be weird visions that'll come. I guess it depends on who the people are and what spirit comes. So it's just like these waves of like smoke. The weirdest thing. Um, Hmm. I don't know who that smoke is for, but I'll ask. Sis, so I hope that helps and that makes sense. Um, hey Jay, what message does my nanny have for me? She and San Antonio are reaching for me. My road trip to check out where to move. Is that a one-time visit to cleanse her old house, or more like the next anchored spot to move to? Because we were more focusing on Austin. Got you. Yes. Let's tap in and ask, AJ. So we need to know if this is a one-time trip or to cleanse her house, like an anchored spot, or you were more focusing on another place. The first thing that came in, it isn't about the destination, it's about the journey. I decided to put music on in the background, so if you hear that or if it's too loud or annoying you, just let me know. Because I needed some pick me up too earlier. Because I just felt an ounce of disappointment today. So, cleanse her old house. Well, are they very snarky? Because the first thing was like, oh, it's about time you come to cleanse my damn house. Um, so I don't know about that, but funny. I think it's just part of their character. Um, hmm. Continue to focus on Austin, but it's interesting because there was this TikTok that popped up today, and it said, "Oh, you never know where you want to go to until you get to the destination." And sometimes when you get to the destination, you may realize that's not where you wanted to go to, but you would have never known that that's where you didn't want to be until you got there. So now you can make a new choice. So, in general, that means basically you have to explore what it is that you're looking for in Austin. But that doesn't mean to rule out to cleanse the old house for an anchored spot for you. There's possibilities in both. And but there's something that you need to explore for you and your thought processes or your energetic connection in Austin. Doesn't mean you have to move there, doesn't mean you have to stay there, but I think you need to be there to experience the energy to get a little more clarity if that's really the spot. Does that make sense, AJ? Um okay, you leaving me already? They're not going to tell me the next step is road trip, and I'm not getting clarity beyond that. Okay, that's why the next step is a road trip. I'm not okay. Yeah, it's interesting because there's something about your journey, like this trip, because I know you're looking to decide where you're relocating, AJ. But it's almost like there's a wall there that maybe you and I just aren't supposed to know yet on what's on the other side. There may be some experiences and some information and some feelings. Hi, Venna. Um, that have to be explored before that opens up. It's very weird when there's like this, like stoppage. It literally it looks like a wall. But Spirit did just say it doesn't matter where you go, because you are going to create the environment and the energy that you need in that spot. And I just like asked telepathically, like, what's the wall for? And they're like, oh, it's for protection. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves, so we need that there. It feels very sunny on the other side of the wall. Definitely feels very sunny on the other side of the wall. So I don't think it's anything bad. I think these are just some steps that are needed in order, so that way you don't go too far too fast. Yeah. So that's what it is. It doesn't want you to go too far too fast, to allow yourself to experience that that journey that you're taking, the trip, and then definitely to still explore Austin. I know that you need to do that. It's something you need to explore. Doesn't mean you need to buy a house there or rent or anything, but just go there and feel it, right? Because then you're going to know. Um, absolutely. So, yeah. And if they tell me that blockage is there for a reason, so that must be for the best for you and for I. Um, you know, does that make sense? And what about the cleansing of the house? What's important to you about that? Okay, let's see. Tony, you got any questions? You and your big feet, Melissa. Is it Jake? Spirit's funny. They said tell you to ask yourself that. Is it Jake? So, Mandy, is it Jake? Corey, may I know if I've met my counterpart yet? Hmm. And Maria, you're on fire. Tell me about that. Hey, Lisa. Oh, it's not. Okay. See? Trusting your own intuition. So, Corey, may I know if I've met my counterpart yet? Ooh, 11 beautiful emojis and 11 people watching. How cool is that? Um, I would say be patient with the one you've met, Corey, because you do have the possibility for you do have a possibility for one, if not two other people, because you've grown so much energetically and you've healed so much, and I've witnessed that. You do have one to two others that are like a snap away from you. So as you're elevating, some things that you enjoy now or are okay now may not be in the future. So you may continue to elevate, and if that person doesn't elevate with you, you're going to lose a shared resonance, if that makes sense. And Kate, what questions you got? Corey, she's got options. Yeah, and that's my song, Options, by Damian Marley and Pitbull. So Google it. And anybody who knows me, Jake from State Farm. I did see smoke when I was talking to you. That is right, Maria. Um, and I tried to think. I don't ever remember seeing your dad smoke. I mean, I think occasionally he did with Jose. Um, and maybe that's just Camilo's way to get me to acknowledge him for you. Does the smoking thing for you mean anything, Maria? Yes, you like options, right, Corey? Um, we all love options. So I would just say, continue what you're doing. You are becoming more balanced, more clear in what you want, what you hope for in your life. So just saying, be patient. Aw, I appreciate you, yes. You're the bestest. What questions you got for me? Love, life, or otherwise? And I'm so humble. Thank you. This is God. I am just a vessel. I would say, are they my gifts? These my gifts that God gave me? Yes, but God is a vessel. All this comes from divine archangels, higher vibrational beings. I just happen to be the vessel that it comes through. So, oh, Priscilla, you're so sweet. Yeah, I think it's Carmelo. Like, the more I ask, he was like, oh, yeah, it's just, that's my baby girl. Just tell her I love her, you know? And I'm going to sit with that too, Maria, just to see what comes and the clarity that comes from. And I think, too, a lot of us have to remember when the smoke clears. See, so there'll be different vibration or different levels that you tap into when you're tuning into spirit. Some will be higher, so they'll be very like short and abrupt answers. Some could be more like humanistic, and like archangels. They don't really care about that. Are you going to get $1 million tomorrow? You know what I mean? But so there's all kind of balance, just so you know that. Um, so yes, you're welcome, Maria. And hi, love. Hi, Genevieve. How are you? Aw, and it was just your birthday, so happy birthday again. And Genevieve, I will definitely get to your question. No about a doubt it. All of you, feel free to share this live in case someone else needs it in the world. I appreciate you. Corey, what else do I want to tell Corey? Yeah, I would just say still keep coming from that place of love in all your engagements and entanglements. But just know where you're at, whatever situationships or relationships that you have currently. Doesn't mean you have to stay there. Doesn't mean they're not good. Just means that you're going to grow. So you just have to be very careful with that balance. Always still continuing to reconcile, putting you first with self-love, because comfort is not the same as love. Also, for Melissa, chaos is not love. And when we're in our brokenness, sometimes we think it is. Priscilla, you got any questions here, darling? And you're most welcome, Corey. Kate asked a question. Where are we, Kate? Yes, thank you. Aw, you're the best. Bit nervous to ask this, but is my husband and I together forever in this life? That is a great question. Stubborn sister. Now, I want to remind everyone, I only receive messages of love and light. Yes, mic drop. And comfort is not love. Yes. So, no, it's not too heavy. I just want to share this out loud that I only give messages of love and light. So, what that means is, um, if it is not for your highest and greatest good to know, if it is not supportive for you in this journey, if it is not going to build you up in some way, if it doesn't come from a place of love, then I don't share them. I don't typically even receive them. I'm grateful for that. I've put those intentions and boundaries in very purposefully. So, and that doesn't mean, Kate, no, it's not too heavy. I just say this out loud because sometimes I'll receive the answer, sometimes I won't. But I just say that just to know that everything comes from a place of love and light. So let's ask this question. Are you and your husband in this life forever? So the first image I got was a big heart just bursting out with love, just pouring out, pouring out, pouring out, pouring out. The other words that I got was, is this, because the question is asked, then it is of concern. So the question is, are you afraid that he will leave you, or are you afraid that you will leave him? That's, I think, the first question that came through. So I'm just going to say this the way it comes out, and this could be on target and it could be completely way off, right? It could resonate, could not. So, was there issues of infidelity that had come up in the past? And you don't have to say that on here. Um, and then Spirit said, and you wonder if, though that is in the past, if that feeling of restlessness will pop back up. And you are this pure light being. You really do lead with your heart so much that sometimes it may cloud what you see in front of you, because sometimes we don't want to see things that could potentially hurt us and that could potentially, you just don't want to believe something about the person that you with, because you'd rather, I don't want to say live in denial, you'd just rather just not know, right? Some things you can tolerate, some things you can't. Okay. There's no doubt that he loves you. There's also no doubt that you two have shared many lives together. You have like this soul bond that you teach each other lessons in every life. His intention is not to hurt you, but sometimes, or most of the time, he thinks with his head and not his heart. So you can kind of see where a person who has, kind of like where I was saying, you can be both imperfect and you're togetherness will be beautiful. And then there could be times when your imperfections could be disheartening for each other or toxic. Um, and because you have this huge heart, literally, it just, God just showed me like, just this big, like, just, the gif where like the hearts are just coming out of your chest. Like, yeah. But just make sure that it doesn't cloud your judgment and share that. What I would also say is this: never settle, set complete boundaries, because of the love that he has for you. He will always try to step up and do better. But if you don't raise the bar, he'll never meet that. And you don't deserve, and it's unnecessary for you to settle for this earthly experience, because you are such a divine being. You need to share your love and light with the world. And when you feel good, you're able to share your love and light with more people around the world every day. So basically, it's like you tell them like shit or get off the pot. It's kind of like a weirdo saying me. I love you, Pop, but I'm on live. Um, so he loves you. There's no denying that. He just can be a douche sometimes. And he doesn't realize that with a person who has a heart as huge as yours, how little things could be very hurtful to you, even if that's not his intention, because he thinks with his head and not his heart. Um, and the other thing I can say too, though, is the more that you're healing you and expanding your heart space, he will indirectly do that. I would encourage you to read the book. You probably have already read it, The Five Love Languages. And even if he doesn't read it, read the love languages. I think even when you're working on that and from that space, it helps you create a better mesh of meeting your love language and theirs at the same time, so more of yours gets met. Because that's kind of what I feel like. It's like you both love each other, but you speak vastly different love languages. And because of that, um, there's that resonance of disappointment and insecurity. But he knows you're the best thing he'll ever get. Trust that when I tell you. Trust that. So I love you, Kate, and I hope that helps. And I know I didn't answer the permanent question, will we be together forever? And the reason why is Spirit basically says that because we have free will, you can make that choice. But you're going to dictate this journey. You will determine how it will go. But you must put yourself first in the beginning of this journey. That's going to set the tone for everything else. I love you so much, and I really hope that helps. Yes, thank you. He had said, our lives are not our own. We are bound to others, past and present. And by each crime and every kindness, we birth our future. Absolutely. I think that is very true. But we also have free will, and I think that's the beauty. We get to add to the book of life, Akashic Records, and we get to choose when we heal this ancestral or intergenerational or karmic grids. And so, as an energy healer, I am an ancestral, intergenerational, and karmic healer, as my master gift is a DNA healer. So, you can shift and change that in your body, in your DNA, in your soul, and you can release that for eternity. You're right. Putting yourself isn't easy at times because you live with your heart and that's where you function from. So now is the time, though, you have to start walking the walk and talking the talk. You have to put yourself first. You're shifting, you're growing, you are the center of this universe. And the world needs you. So you have to be right with you. So, yeah, I want us all to have and live our best lives. We all deserve that, right? So, when we work on ourselves, we put ourselves first. It's interesting too, is that sometimes the people closest to us, whether if you're in a relationship with them, if it's a past relationship, whatever, they often hurt us the most. They say things that are the most mean and horrific and terrible, that can just eat your soul and crush you. And so just know that oftentimes the greatest hurt when it comes to love and loving yourself, the greatest betrayals will come from those that are closest to you. Those are going to hurt the most. And they cut you in a way that is so deep you didn't even know those could existed. So you have to be very mindful in your self-love journey to protect your heart, to put shields on, protect your boundaries, and to remember, or just at least remind yourself, that what people say and do to us is not about us. It is a reflection of them. I know that's the human self is like, God, how could you do that to me as a human being? The higher self knows what that person is doing to you, or has done to you, or said to you, or betrayed you. It is because it's all about them. It has nothing to do with us, right? But it's just messed up when we're the people who experience that, or even it's just neglect, just no communication, no talking, no anything. That's the other piece, is that remembering that it's not about you. It's really all about a reflection of them and where they're at in their life and what they feel like and what they're capable of. Hello, beautiful. Hi, Maria. My beautiful soul sister Maria did this amazing live today. And if you're not her Facebook friend, please friend request her. And so you can watch it. She had this beautiful commentary about this, the doorway and love and just unconditional love. It was really good. So definitely check that out. She's awesome. And what a great day. She actually inspired me today to hop on here because I hadn't been on in a while. So though you didn't know that, Maria, I'm telling you now. Maria, Maria. Um, hey, Willie. Thank you. Sending you so much love. And Maria's question was, what signs will I see to know when I'm healed? Can I ever be completely healed? That's a very fair question. Well, the first part of the question is, what signs will I see to know when I'm healed? I can say, I'm going to speak from personally first, and then I'll tap into spirit, or it might just happen at the same time, because sometimes that's just how it works when I'm in flow. But it took us, thanks, Kay, enjoy, love you. So I would say, and Maria, if you want to put in any comments in here for the other Maria, this is my sister-in-law. She's on here. I won't say ex. You're still going to be my sister-in-law forever. So, but Maria, what are your thoughts on when a person signs that they'll see when they're healing, and when they've actually arrived on their healing journey? Bear with me. Hold on. Sorry. And I would think too is when you're on your healing journey, definitely in the beginning, you're going to see a lot of synchronicities, right? You're going to see a lot of like divine numbers, 555, 666, 1111, 1010. You may see the time of your birth. Like if you think about it, Maria, are there any numbers that resonate with you that you constantly or consistently see? Usually when you're on that journey, you're being more open up to healing and healing energy, and to spirit, right? To communicate with you and saying, hey, like your guardian angel, your birth date 116. See, so your spirit guide, your guardian angels, they'll try to just show you those numbers to tell you, hey, you're on the right path, or you're in the right place, or you're going the right direction. So usually those are some signs. You may hear a song consistently. You may see, comforting things like a bluebird or a hummingbird or rainbows. They sound very cliche, but they're powerful when you actually open your eyes and wake up to what you're seeing, to see what's around you. And so I would say the synchronicities, like, oh, I just thought about this person and they just called me. Those are similar, like deja vus, but they're really not. That's you also sending out telepathic communication, energetic frequencies to draw that person to you, to remind them to connect with you, right? And the completely healed part, you have to keep in mind, it took us our whole life, this human incarnation, to experience all this trauma. And it's going to take a long time to unpack it, but it doesn't have to. That is why it's a hold on, it's reloading, or a nuanced question, because considering the energetic training and healing that I've received now, doing GO1, GO2, and GO3, becoming a master energy healer, I have learned that time is not real. Time is a construct that we've created. So you could be completely healed at the drop of the dime, in minutes, but it takes your mind and your body time to catch up to that energetic shift, right? So it could happen overnight, but it also could take a few years. It really depends on you and the legwork that you're putting into yourself. It doesn't mean you have to beat yourself up every day and be like, oh my gosh, if I'm not feeling positive or happy or any of that, that you're not healing. What that means is that you're open to your feelings. You have an emotional intelligence. You're allowing yourself to feel your feelings. You're allowing yourself to put yourself first. You are raising your vibration so you vibrate at a higher energetic resonance. So the things that you are attracting to yourself are at a higher vibration. That things seem to be more easy and effortlessly and a little bit more peaceful, right? Um, so I would say, yeah, that would be something to consider for you, Maria. Um, that it's really up to you and the legwork that you put in. And also know that sometimes these things that we're still playing out, I would say just from knowing our family, there's a lot of intergenerational trauma and ancestral trauma, like from my side of the family and your side of the family, that's been passed down for generations and generations and generations. So you can be the person who begins to heal that for your family. So I would probably encourage you to get an intergenerational healing, an ancestral healing, to get to the root of some of those things, and maybe even do a series of like 10 or 11, um, because that will get to a lot of that ancestral stuff that you've had the unfortunate reality of bearing that burden. Does that make sense, Maria? Maria de Shields Gonzalez. um, yes, breaking the chains. Absolutely, sis. That is your job. Mine too, for my family. Who knew? I'd have never thought about it, but here we are. Um, Maria. Will I meet the love that I've always desired? And I think I may be, no, sorry. And can you visualize him? That is a beautiful question. So let's try. Well, I'm going to just tell you, Maria, that this song is on my TV and it's called Forever Love. And it's interesting because um, it says, I feel loved again. I don't want to wait for days. And yeah, separate soul and spirit from my body. You want to be one. Girl, you take me heavenly, 24/7 things. Yes. So, absolutely. That was just beautiful confirmation for you. Um, and yeah, wow. So, yes, absolutely, you will. meet the love that you always desired. And I wanted to say you did look so beautiful today, so happy, so much joy, so much love, so much peace. So I I'm happy to see that you're in that beautiful heart space. And yes, you will absolutely meet the love that you desire. And he's funny because he's like a thicker guy. Do you usually date thicker guys or big boned guys, or are they skinny? You are in a happy, beautiful heart space, and I love it. The person has glasses. It's like brownish hair. He has a boat. I can picture him, you driving. So he's driving you on the boat. Do you have a boat, Maria, or does he have a boat? They're physically fit, some short, some tall. Yeah, like driving a boat. Hair on his chest. He's taller than you. I feel like there's two of them though. Because there is going to be one that's not as fit. He's not like obese. He just got like a little belly here. Um Looks Armenian. I don't know why flannel keeps popping up today. It's the weirdest thing. Well, maybe we'll know after the fact while this flannel shirt's keep popping in. Um, yeah, the one has glasses. He has more like a little chubby belly, but not like obese or, you know, I, I don't know a better terminology for it. Hi Ash, I love you so much. Um, he has like loafers on. He has a very like cuddly personality. And you may or may not want him. That's going to be, you're going to decide that, Maria, with that person, if you're attracted to them or not. He would give you the world, but you're going to have to decide if you want that one. The other one looks more Armenian. The first one looks like white or light skinned, kind of Spanish. Um, the second one, like I said, looks kind of like Armenian, just has that kind of swag. Um, the first one is pure of heart. The second one I think has the little bit of edge that you like, though you don't want to admit it sometimes. um, both grounded, both grounded. The second one is just a little bit more spicy, like more maybe unpredictable is the word. Or maybe adventurous. The first one is very like teddy bearish, like grounded, just a ball of love. But you have to be really ready to receive that amount of love. The second one will be adventure, laughter, playfulness. The first one will be good laughing too. Um, I actually love the first one for you just because they're so loyal. But I think you have so much life to live that the other one will give you that adventure. Um, and you deserve that adventure. Definitely rubbing your feet, rubbing your shoulders, rubbing your back. A lot of do you know your primary love language, Maria? Is it physical touch or is it words of affirmation? Could be spending time too, but Ash, what questions you got for today? I knew it, Maria. Yes. Turkish, Armenian. Yes. Both of them are like in that category. Just the first one, like I said, is so much love, physical affection. Yeah. And affirmations. Okay. See? New. Yeah. So the first one gives you both. It's kind of like when they're like sometimes like, oh, the nice guy finishes last. Um, but the first guy is sexy in his own right. Like his kindness is sexy. The way he witnesses you and dotes on you is sexy. Um, but sometimes as women, we like the edgy ones that are unpredictable. So this should be a fun adventure for you over these next 12 months. I can tell you that much. Um, yeah. And definitely the chest hair thing going on has like gold jewelry. Um, the edgy one definitely is financially secure, so you don't have to worry about that. The first one, he's financially secure. He's just more stable. You know what I mean? Like even keel, where the second one is more like a little bit of flashy, like spender kind of thing. Does that make sense? Um, and hot, passionate sex could be for either one of them. So maybe explore them both and see where it goes. Since it's love, we might as well talk about love in all capacities. So yeah, Mandy, I hate to ask such a silly question, but are you picking up anything about this bunny? I believe that sometimes he's sent just for a reason. Is it that he's meant for me, or is it that the person he's meant for will cross my path? I have interested people that want him. I'm torn. Good. Yes, you deserve that. Like I said, definitely I watched them rubbing your feet, your shoulders, your back, like just good passionate sex. Long overdue. You may have to educate the edgy one, right? A little bit only in that because you know when they're more like edgy like that, no one really checks them or puts them in their place to be like, yo, this is what I need. So I would strongly encourage you to have that conversation with them. And the first one that's more like that teddy bearish guy, um, he's already inclined to be connected and to be intimate that way. So that is probably would surprise you. So not as much teaching there. And I don't think that's a silly question. I hope that helps, Maria. Is that good? Is that enough? Do you need more detail? And when are you moving to Florida? Yes, two. Shit, you could have a third one if you want. They're lined up at the gate. So, um, you just got to let them in. Open the door. Right? It's hard to put yourself out there sometimes, but I know in you, you have that where you could be forward, though it's that behind that shy part of you. So if you're forward and you're bold and you take those risks, girl, that is I think the edgy one has the boat. But it's interesting because maybe they both have a boat. Because the one who's the thicker one, like I seen him like laying like this, like with his arm out and like lamping and not necessarily even driving the boat, just kind of on there. And then the other one, the thinner one, is like driving the boat and just seeing your hair be all pretty and stuff and whatever. So yeah. Hey Meg, how are you? So whining and dining. And definitely within the 8 months, the thicker one is already in the periphery. So I don't know if you've crossed paths before. Because you're in New Mexico, right? It just shows him hovering, like circulating you like an orbit, which is interesting. So, but within 4 months, the one and the thicker one, and then within 8 months would be the edgy one. So there could be overlap between the two. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm excited for you for that. And you can have it all, right? As Mandy tells us. Yeah, definitely within 4 to 8 months. And then there's this damn yellow house. Like, it's not like bright yellow. It's like a dull yellow. Um, and I still see that house to this day. So there's a channel of water, a canal. That just may be your house. So yes, I love you, Maria. Whoop whoop! I'm excited for you getting the hotties, little hot toddies. Ho ho ho. What's up, Meg? Ash, do you have any? Okay. Um. So let's see. I hate to ask such. So the bunny. So, Mandy, do you want to keep the bunny? That's the only question. If you want to keep the bunny, you can keep the bunny. You were meant to save the bunny. So, that was your one and only job. The next decision is up to you. There is no right or wrong here, or good or bad. What's stopping you from keeping the bunny? Yeah, your only job was to save the bunny. So you don't have to raise the bunny, you don't have to care for the bunny, meaning you can care for it like your feelings, but you don't have to take care of it every day. And if there are other people who would find joy in doing that and you feel comfortable with them, oh, so if you want to travel, do your thing. I mean, you know, a bunny could always get a bunny sitter. But either way, it won't be do or die. And think your time to be being home. Okay. So then travel, sis, and let someone raise the bunny. Your only job was to save it, and you did. So go you. That's awesome sauce. You're most welcome. Love you. Mm-mm. Well, if we don't have any other questions, I'm going to hop off here. Okay. Well, Maggie's got a question, so I'm not hopping off yet. Love you too, Mandy. Happy Valentine's Day to all my beautiful people. I've been in a relationship for 14 years. How many more years will he be around? Wow, that's like a double Mag, that's a double-sided question there, ain't it? Do you mean how many more years is he gonna be alive? How many more years is he gonna be in your life? Um yeah. So the question is, do you want in? Do you want out? Hey, that could be a real question. You are best friends. I get it. So what does that mean? That right now you feel more like friends instead of lovers? And for you, I think I had told someone else on the call, Kate, the book, The Five Love Languages. If you've never read it or listened to it, I mean, I like to read it and I like to have, yeah, I like to have the book in hand. So I would strongly encourage you to read that book, The Five Love Languages, especially if you want to excite or just create some more magic in your relationship. And it is hard when you've been with someone for a long time and you feel just more like your best friends instead of like the passion, the intimacy, the romance, all of the things that brought you together, right? Because with best friends, normally good best friends, right? They have peace, they have fun, you have inside jokes, you know what each other wants or can finish their statements. Those are all beautiful. But what becomes missing is the just the adventure, the fun, the desire for newness, the unpredictability, but we have to also ask for these things and demand them. And as you get clear on what it is that you need, just because you're comfortable doesn't mean you need to stay. Also, at the same time, doesn't mean you need to create chaos to have an adventure. You can ask specifically what you want, when you want it, and how you want it. and see if your partner is willing to show up and show out for you. You know, sometimes people have been with us for so long that you're just like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. But then other ones, when they really know, like, this is a matter of our livelihood, our sustainability, our relationship, then they're much more likely to try to make things better and brighter. I'm gonna just tap into the relationship and see. So, Mag, like I would say this is if you want to save this relationship and save your spirit, right? You're gonna need to start, whether if you're planning trips together, going on new adventures, going to new places, that's gonna be imperative for you to spark some more excitement in your life. And and if not, you don't want to be in a scenario where you feel like you're half alive and you're half dead, right? Because you deserve life. Yes, Maria, that is the question. Does she still want him around? Yeah, do you still want him around? Since Maria asked it, I just was thinking it, but since she asked it, that's a great question. Do you still want him around? Because I get the sense that you're searching for something more that he's just not giving you right now. And that's where you're going to have to make that choice. If you want him still around, then you're going to have to lead it because he never will. Okay, and you feel like he's your best friend and you're missing what? Passion, intimacy, excitement, adventure, that love that you long for. And this is coming up for a reason. So there's no judgment and there's no judgment of yourself. Like it's just a very real awareness of there's pieces that are missing for you. Make sense? And he's around for as long as you want him around because he's not going to make any change or do anything different. He's comfortable. Yeah, you're missing adventure. And you're going to have to choose. So I would tell you, read that book or listen to it on Audible and choose the adventures for you and be like, yo, this is what I need. I need this. I need this for my soul to be alive. I need this to feel love. I need this to feel passion. I need this to feel joy. When they understand it from that language, often they can choose to step up for you and to give you what you need. Is he open to adventure? Yeah, if he's open to adventure, then make it happen and communicate that you need that. Yeah. And it is very hard when you're in a relationship with someone who, you end up just going out and doing your own thing, and then they won't participate. It doesn't mean that the relationship can't sustain, but there's definitely going to have to be emphasis on, if that's a need that you have and that's what you need to feel fulfilled in this relationship, then you need to articulate it. Some people, they can have a very healthy relationship where, hey, I go out, you stay home. That's how it works, because that works for them. Other people, it just doesn't work for them. You need, and probably your love language is quality time. So, and if that's your love language, it's not being met, of course you would feel like best friends, right? Anybody in that scenario would feel like that's a best friend. So you could still want them around, but maybe it doesn't have to be, if you get to that point, it doesn't have to be an intimate relationship if that's what you choose. Right? There's no doubt that they love you. There's no doubt that they want you, but they're so comfortable. Unless you lead that for change, nothing will change. And then you would need to decide if you can sustain like that. And look, my whole throat is so tight right now. I have like a lump in my throat. So clearly there's a lot of things that you need to say to him, to your partner. You need to just let it go and let it get out of you. You have to speak your truth, and you have to share that, regardless of fear of judgment, fear of whatever, fear of rejection. You have to do that. So I would strongly encourage you to do so. Okay? Does that make sense? Are you with it? Can you do it? I got faith in you. And thank you. Thank you for being so transparent and sharing. It's like you got to explore these things, even especially on a Valentine's Day. Like, you have to love you first, right? You are just as important as any other person. So set the tone for you to be happy. Ask for what you want. You deserve it. You absolutely deserve to get what you want and you desire. It's your birthright. And you're not asking too much. Yeah. Well, looks like there's no more other questions. I love you too. Gotta go hang with the hubby. Happy Valentine's Day to all of you. I love you so, 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 so much. And I love you all unconditionally. So enjoy your day. Give yourself some self love. And love is the best avenue. Oh, and for those who are on here, I have a course coming up on March 1st. It's basically the journey of self love. So, private message me if you have any questions. And normally I would charge $444. It's a 30-day course. It's online and it's all about self love. It's only $222. So it starts on March 1st. Let me know if you have any questions or want some additional information. It should be epic. It should be an amazing day and amazing course. It has 30-day lessons, a new lesson a day for 30 days on practicing self-love and forgiveness. And then it has 4 either healing or coaching calls, so they're once a week, as well as a VIP private Facebook group for like-minded individuals who are also on that soul journey to self-love and to becoming their whole selves. So I love you all, and share the video, and I will see you soon. Love yous. Thank you so much for spending some time with me.